All right, here we go. Per a viewer request, Chinese beef with broccoli. Let's do this. First, you're going to start with cutting up your steak into very small bite-sized pieces, and you want to make sure to slice it against the grain for the ultimate tenderness. Now, you can use any type of steak you'd like here. I actually had some leftover trimmings from filet in the freezer, so this was a primo steak, but you could use New York strip steak, or a flank or skirt steak would even work. Next, we're going to build the marinade for the beef. So, first, 2 tablespoons of baking soda. I know it sounds strange, but this is going to really tenderize your beef. Next, a splash of rice wine vinegar and some soy sauce. I'm not measuring here, this is just measuring with your heart. Then a little sprinkle of sesame oil, don't use too much. And a healthy amount of garlic minced. Now, if you don't have fresh, this tubed garlic is a great alternative. And then you really got to get your hands in there and get dirty and mix it all in and massage it into the beef. You're going to set this aside while we get the rest of the ingredients ready. So while that's marinating, I have thick sliced some mushrooms and chopped up my broccoli into florets. Now you could use just about any vegetable for this, but I like to add a little bit more than just broccoli, not only for color, but also for nutritional content for my family. So I have some thin sliced carrot as well, and I'm just putting all those veggies aside. Now you don't have to have a wok to make beef with broccoli or any stir fry, but we are going to start with some water boiling in a pan, and we're going to get these veggies blanched. Blanching really just locks in the freshness of the vegetable, and that vibrant color comes out, that bright green. And we're going to save 2 cups of the liquid and throw away the rest. There's a lot of flavor left in that broth, and we're going to build on that. We're going to put in 1 heaping tablespoon of the Better Than Bouillon beef stock. And that's going to come into play later. So a couple tablespoons of sesame oil in the pan, and in goes our beef. You want to make sure before you add your beef that this pan is screaming hot. I've also added 4 cloves of minced garlic. Now again, if you don't have fresh garlic, you could use that tube garlic paste here as well. Next up, you need a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. This is really going to start the caramelization process, and you're going to start to get really nice caramelly charred pieces on the beef. You can see already our sauce is starting to get thick and sticky, and it's all coming together. Asian cuisine is all about building flavors in your sauces. Make sure not to rush this part. You want that liquid to reduce down to almost nothing. We're going to add a few teaspoons of soy sauce and some hoisin. Again, I'm not going to give you exact measurements because I don't know how much steak you're planning to cook, but just use your eye and your tongue to taste and measure. Next, we're going to take that stock that we reserved, and we're going to stir in a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. That's going to create a slurry. Set that aside and add your veggies to the blend. Pour the sauce over the veggies, and now we're just going to wait until it thickens up, creating that thick, sticky sauce that we all know and love. Now on the side, I've had some white rice cooking this whole time so that I can create a little bowl once my dish is finished. But overall, do you think this is that hard? I know some dishes may seem intimidating, but I think you guys can do this. I also steamed some pot stickers in a pan just as a little appetizer for this Chinese-inspired meal. And once that beef and broccoli sauce thickens up, you're done. And look at that. It's simple. I put a little sesame seeds on top, and it's delicious. So good. Let me know if you give this a try. And as always, from my kitchen to yours, happy cooking.